Now we go to first component of hatchback compressor. So what the type of compressor itself, we have positive displacement and dynamic. So the positive displacement just use the like the piston moving in the translation moving. So we try to supply or transport the refrigerant or fluid. And then another one, dynamic. So by rotating system, by using impeller, yes, we go to continuously to transport of the refrigerant, the fluid of refrigerant. So under the positive displacement, we have reciprocating system, rotary, screw, and then from dynamic, we have only one, centrifugal system. Centrifugal is like pump centrifugal work. Yes. Okay, we go first under the reciprocating compressor. We can see here, reciprocating air compressor are positive displacement machines, meaning that they increase the pressure of the air by reducing its volume. It's how dissimilar work like the pump. So we try to reducing the volume to transfer or supply the fluid. So this means they are taking in successive volumes of air which is confined within a closed space and elevating this air to higher pressure. So we change the pressure from this condition. So actually from the differentiate pressure, the fluid will flow automatically. Yeah? So now we go to second bullet. Construction is similar to the reciprocating engine of vehicle with piston, cylinder, valve, connecting rod, and crankshaft. Yes. So what I mentioned before, the system work is similar to vehicle with the piston system. So now next bullet, the compressor function by drawing gas into the cylinder, compressing it, and sending out into the holding tank or supply line. This cycle is repeated continuously, producing a constant supply of compressed gas. Yes, this one is a cycle system, continuously and repeated. And then the last one, available either as air-cooled or water-cooled in lubricated and non-lubricated configuration, and provide a wide range of pressure and capacity selection. So, actually, reciprocating compressor involves two conditions, with and non-lubricated system. So this one, the operation system of reciprocating system of compressor with the TDC and BDC. Okay, you can see BDC here and then TDC here, top dead concentrator. And then this tank supply the refrigerant into the tank, and then the tank will storage inside with a certain pressure, and then after that will supply into the hatchback system. So after the TDC process, we can go to second process, that one we call compression. Compress with the both inlet closed, compression continued until the pressure of air inside becomes sufficient to cause deflection change in exit valve. So after from the system of compressor here using the outlet valve, so through using outlet valve, so the pressure will change into the higher. Then after that, exhaust, third stage is exhaust. As this valve get lifted, compressed air exhaust piston reach TDC, TDC after here, and then continuously cycle, repeat continuously. So whatever process we cycle should be repeatedly. Then this one is inside of a component reciprocating system compressor, same like the engine by piston system. We have a piston, a cylinder here, and rod, and crankshaft here to rotate in the cycle system. Okay, this one is sometimes more than one of the piston, same like the engine, sometimes with the inline system or in the V structure system. So the advantage of this compressor, the initial cost of installing them is typically lower, able to provide continuous flow, able to produce both high power and high pressure, do not suffer from the problem of oil carryover. And then another side also have a disadvantage. The first one is high cost of maintaining because of the many moving parts. Yes, as we know just now, just the construction system of so many mechanical work there. So if mechanical involving in this one system should be have high maintenance. Yes, as we know, we have crankshaft, piston ring, and also the bearing, anything inside there. And reciprocating of the cylinder cause vibration. So if have high vibrations, will be high of loss energy, and with the what you call noisy, very noisy. So now we go to second type of compressor, rotary compressor. In the rotary compressor, have two rotating elements like gear between which the refrigerant is compressed. This compressor can pump the refrigerant to lower or moderate condensing pressure, so we can control the exit pressure. We can go to lower or moderate. Yeah? And second bullet can handle small volume of the gas and produce lesser pressure. So maybe this one is very useful in the small hatchback system. And then the third bullet used in fewer application, typically used to power small cooling device such as window air conditioner, package terminal air conditioner, and heat pump of the 5 tons. So maybe consider small in the hatchback system. And then next, two main types of rotary compressor, set stationary blade and rotating blade. So we have two types here. Sometimes blade the moving, but sometimes blade the static. And then next, blade or scapula on the rotating blade, rotary. Compressor rotates with the shaft. Scapula together with the shaft. And then stationary blade, which remains fixed and part of the body assembly. In both types, the blade provides continuous printing for refrigerant vapor. So continuously. And then the last one, rotating blade of compressor are often used as a booster compressor, the cascade system. This is the name commonly given to the first compressor in cascade system. Okay. Now you can see the system diagram of rotary system compressor here. So the static station is the auto one, and then the second one is roller as moving part. So by moving this one, yeah, the compress will produce here to supply to all outside. So this one can see the arrow go to inside is in inlet, and while in the go to outside is outlet. Yeah. So I think this one is very small capacity of compressor. Small, but is very good because maybe less of a vibration. And then operation system, low vapor pressure of the construction line is drawn into the, the hole. And then second one, a pair of elbow, space for the blade as it spin. So by using spin, as the blade rotate, the stem trap in the space in front of the blade is compressed until it can be moved into the exhaust line of the capacitor. So the moving is by cylinder moving and trap the gas by cylinder, and then try to compress into until to outlet system. Okay, this one suck system here in the yellow red arrow, and then until to outlet system. So what the advantages? They can deliver liquid to high pressure, give relative smooth output, positive acting, can pump viscous liquid, small size compressor, less vibration, low leakage level, but also have a lot of disadvantage, more expensive, should not be used for fluid containing suspended solid, excessive wear if not pumping viscous material, so should be using the viscous material. If not, will give high wear inside of the pump. Must never be used with the discharge closed, not suitable for dirty environment, and short lifetime, very short lifetime. Okay, now we go to scroll compressor. Scroll compressor compared to reciprocating compressor, scroll compressor expels smaller portion of refrigerant more frequently. This led to smaller pulsation for installers. This means that muffler to damper pulsation do not need to be used as often. So maybe it's not good for frequently use. Okay. And the second one, system featuring scroll compressor are also much less likely to suffer problem with noise or malfunction in pressure switch caused by pulsation. When the compressor is operating, one of the two spiral is pressed against to the other with the help of medium pressure from pocket in the scroll set, where full compressor has not yet been achieved. Okay, we can see the structure of the system uh, scroll compressor, right? So scroll compressor is like the spiral, uh, shape. The pattern is like spiral. So by moving the spiral, and then the spiral will push the space by distance. So like the press in the tube, soft tube, like the rubber tube, we try to push from the end of one side to other one side by our finger, and then we give the pressure to until to the one of the end of the tube. So it's something like that. So the spiral work. Okay, we can see the structure, yeah, or the scroll work. This one. Okay, we have the part name here. Orbital scroll, fixed scroll. So fixed scroll with the green one, and then the orbital scroll will moving. So by two part of the condition, differentiate by color, by violet color with the green. Okay, this one the how to operations stage from the stage 1 until to stage 5. You can see by yourself in the slide. So maybe I will go fastly explain all the components. So what the advantage of this compressor: reduce energy costs, re-expenses, losses, and then due to the absence of several moving parts, scroll compressor are considerable more silent, and weight and footprint are considerable smaller, and the gas pulsation is also minimized. So in small size of number of fluid maybe work in this pump. Okay, but the disadvantages, they are generally not easily repairable. They cannot be disassembled from maintenance. Yeah, maybe this one is assembled by machine, difficult by hand, using by hand. So that's why very difficult to maintain. Maybe just put it off, then replace. So many reciprocating compressors are tolerant on rotating in both direction. This is really not the case for scroll compressor, or the compressor is different. Cannot use in the two ways, only one ways. Incremental capacity control on system with several scroll compressor has proven several times to be problematic as well. Okay. Now we go to screw compressor. You can check here. Rotary screw compressor is type of gas compressor which uses a rotary type positive displacement mechanism. They are commonly used in a replace piston compressor, where large volume of high pressure air are needed. This one good compressor to replace the reciprocatory system. And then either for large in the industrial application to operate high power air tools. And the gas compression process of a rotary screw is a continuous sweeping motion, so there is very little pulsation or surging of flow, as occur with the piston compressor. The effectiveness of this mechanism is depend on the precisely fitting clearance between the helical rotor and between the rotor and the chamber of sealing of the compression cavities. So this one, you can see the structure of screw. Yeah, yes, screw compressor. So maybe we can see which one the gas inlet here in the orange arrow, and then we can get the outlet here. So maybe in vertical of the inlet, and sorry, yes, vertical, horizontal, and then this one is horizontal. Okay, so the moving is like the screw. So and trap the gas inside the of between the screw, and then transfer into the outlet system. So rotary screw compressor use two matching helical screw known as a rotor to compress the gas, and dry running rotary screw compressor timing gear ensure that the male and female rotor maintain precise alignment. Yes, check the alignment, because if not, the compressor will leaking. And then oil flooded rotary screw compressor lubricating oil bridge the space between the rotor. both providing a hydraulic seal and transferring mechanical energy between the driving and driver motor. Gas enter at the suction side and move through the thread as the screw rotate. Yes. Now, uh, we have several stages here to describe the screw compressor work. The first one suction, the second one compression start, and then the third one compression finish, and the last is the discharge. Discharge is auto outlet. Okay. So the advantages: higher specific output, less moving part, reduced vibration, less refrigerant. Disadvantage is maybe it's not much compared to advantage. It's good. Debris is produced and bearing, so we'll produce the bearing. And then centrifugal compressor. This one is how the structure of the compressor centrifugal. The centrifugal compressor use the principle of dynamic compressor, which involves converting energy from one form to another to increase the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant. It converts kinetic energy, velocity, into static energy, pressure. The core component of centrifugal compressor is the rotating impeller. So that's why we call centrifugal, because the inlet is come in the direction of what we call as shaft, same direction the shaft, and then the process outlet is through the radial system. That's why we call the centrifugal. So the outlet is using impeller into the direction of radial. This means radial outside to the radius, from the radius. This one is axial, axial. So input from the axial, output in the radial. Okay, now the structure. This one is a very big of system of compressor. This one is maybe high capacity of compressor. Maybe have several stage. So the centrifugal compressor have the several stage. It's not only one stage, but it's a multiple stage. So you can see after through one stage compressor, and then go to the second one stage, and then until to finish. So you can see how much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 8 stage here. Okay, operation, centrifugal operation, fluid enter axial, yes, like I mentioned before, axial, and then go to radial here. So you can see from the figure. Then the advantage was, you can see so many advantages here in this compressor: high reliability. For the same operation, machine price are lower for high volume, flow rate, less plot area for installation. Machine is small. Installation costs are lower, low total maintenance costs. One sound, you can see by yourself. And then you go to disadvantages of the compressor: lower efficiency due to recycle not efficient below the surge point, very sensitive and effective for low molecular.